we will look into kinds of questions where you don't need to solve a question, right? And what is the clue for you? Like I said, if you have number of equations less than the number of variables, that means you don't have to figure out all the variables. You have to figure out lesser variables. Same way, when you have been given equations and they've asked you equations, right? Equations given, equations asked, you will never have to solve a question. I remember this. Whenever they've asked you an equation and they've given you an equation, you will never have to solve the equation, right? Let's understand this. Let's say number of pencils is X and number of pens is Y. Classical question of linear equations, right? 8 pencils plus 9 pens cost rupees this. 6 pens plus 13 pencils cost rupees this. What would be the cost of 10 pens and 14 pencils? What is my equation? 8x plus 9y is equal to 142.5. Be careful here, they've exchanged it, pens first and pencils first. Don't put it as 6x plus 9y. It is the other way around. It is 13x plus 6y. This is equal to 141. Now, had they asked you the value of x or the value of y, then I will solve it. But what is their ask? Their ask is 10 pens. Again, they've asked pens first. So put it in the other way around. That would be 10y. So it'll come as, let's change the color. Thanks. They've asked you what is the value of 14x plus 10y. This is what they've asked you. 14x plus 10y. This is what they've asked you. And what do we have here? These two equations they've given to us. And they've asked you what is the value of 14x plus 10y. What is the cost of 10 pens and 14 pencils? Please check this. Right now, see how do we do this? Every time whatever given equations are given, you have to work around that equation and see how can I get this equation. For example, here if I add these two, see, adding subtracting is what you can start with. If I add this two, what do I get? 21x plus 9 and 6, 15y is equal to, if you add this, what do you get is 283.5. This is what I get, 283.5. Just a minute. Right. 283.5, right? Now I'm observing something here. Let's see this. If you see the ratio here is 7:5. 14 and 10, the ratio is 7:5. 21 into 15 is also, the ratio is 7:5, right? Same thing. So I can get this exact same value. How? If I multiply this by 3, sorry, divide this by 3 and multiply it by 2. That means do a 2 into 3 into this entire equation. See, what does this give you? 21 into 2 by 3, 42 by 3, that is 14x, plus 15 into 2, 30 by 3 is 10y. This is what exactly they have asked, right? Check, 14x plus 10y. So this is the kind of thing that you'll have to do to get your value. So what is my answer now? My answer is 283.5 into 2 by 3. This is my answer. This would be how much? 567, right? 567 by 3. How much is that? 18 3 is 54. So 189. So the cost is 189. See, conventionally you can use these two equations, find the value of x, find the value of y, substitute it here and get the value, right? That is conventionally what you will do, but that's too time taking if you try solving it. This way is quicker, right? And this is the clue for you. If they've given you an equation and they've asked you equation itself, you will never solve, right? You'll get some way or the other to get there.